back. Welcome. Ready Set Blow podcast. Got Matty Chymbor back.
What's up,
brother?
How you doing,
How
buddy?
we doing? Good, man.
It's been a while.
I know. It was probably almost a year.
It had to have been. I don't know the last time we spoke.
Yeah, well, I ran into Mandy up here, old second floor studios. I was like, oh shit, I gotta get Matty back because I had her on fairly recently, probably 3 months ago.
Really? I don't even know.
Probably 3 months ago, and then she started working here, like 6 weeks ago, something like that. And yeah. Fucking time flies, man. That's one thing about being a comic, man. You just I'll not see other comics for months,
forever,
unless I'm on a show with them, and then you just catch up about what happened from the last time you saw.
Bro, that's like I always say. That's for the people who keep doing it, and then you don't know when people quit. Like years have to go by. You're like, whatever to that guy.
I haven't seen him out.
And then you Google him. He's just
hasn't
like
been in any shows lately. Like,
you go to their Facebook. It's just normal. You're like, oh, he's done.
Yeah, dude. They're selling real estate in fucking Arizona.
Just in like a button. Yeah, they always do like car sales or some shit.
And I always like vacillate between feeling bad or being like good for them. Because you never know if like they wanted to keep it going or they were like, oh,
I feel
fuck,
bad.
I'm fed up.
I think that's a tough pill to swallow where you're like, because there's delusion in this, we all know that, but then you have to like almost snap out of it, or like I try to put myself in their shoes where it's like just bad thing after bad thing where it just sinks in where they're like, this isn't worth doing.
Yeah, but then you're like, like I said, I'm not going to name names. There was somebody I knew that was doing it, and they ended up stopping doing it. But they're like, like a big shit realtor now, like
Good for them.
I'm like, all right, well, it's like I can make this $500,000 a year working 40 hours a week, or I keep fucking around, trying to travel across the country, and it doesn't work out.
Do you think did that person? I'm just curious. Did they have the job before comedy, or did they start comedy then they landed on the well-paying job after?
Yeah, I think it was the second one. They were like they had a little. They'd worked during when they started comedy, and then they found they weren't getting the traction. Like, let me invest in this, and then they ended up doing really well in that.
Everybody I know who's quit comedy because of a job never worked a good job before it. Like you and I had well-paying jobs before.
Yeah.
Whilst doing comedy, so we kind of, not to brag, but like we weren't like making shitty hourly rate wages.
Yeah.
And like the few people I know that quit, your person in particular as well, they quit, and then I ran into one of the kids and I go, oh, do you still do comedy? He goes, no. He goes, I got a job. I make money now. It's great. They get the dopamine from the paycheck now.
Yeah.
Not like the potential or what they would get from doing shows or whatever. So I think there has to be an order to make. I mean, I'm speculating.
Dude, and honestly, I think you are the only two people I've ever met in comedy that don't have day jobs involving sales.
Oh, dude.
Most comedians end up in some form of sales, selling houses, selling cars, selling medical devices.
I thought about it literally this morning. How
just bullshit artists, really.
Dude, a comic. Speaking of sales, I guess it is to a degree. This girl who was a comic, it wasn't going well, but she liked it, and she's like, dude. And it's funny, like those type of comics, they try to find a job, like a segue that makes them feel like they're still in entertainment. This girl's like bragging to me how she's doing demonstrations at Costco, and she's like, dude, I get a lot of stage time. I'm like, don't call it that.
Stage time. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, like, so I was like, that's like the pitchy sales. Like, that's the comic who'll like do anything to be on stage. I'm like, I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah.
Like, if there was a ceiling to like the quality of shit I was getting, and it started dropping to the point where I'm like going to fucking who knows where to do a shitty bar. I'm like, dude, I would just hang it out.
Well, I mean, it's like I've heard people like comics who like part-time as like a substitute teacher.
Yeah.
And like, oh, I work out bits. I'm like, dude, no one's listening to you up there.
That's
dude.
weird.
They're fucking shooting you with spitballs to think you're a fucking
That's
loser.
so weird. Yeah. I never, ever, ever slip in bits on people.
No.
That's like tickling someone.
Yeah.
That's like coming
even
up
on here, I'll say, I was like, I've thought about this for a bit before I even get into the topic.
The precursors.
Yeah. Because you don't want to be like, are you fucking working me on this one, buddy?
I used to do that to me. It was fucking, JT Parr, Tom and John, those guys. I love them, and it's funny, and I'd call them out for it, but we'd be talking, this is years and years ago, before like an open mic, and we'd be talking, and he'd be telling me a funny story. Then he would be saying it on stage. I'm like, ew, what did you do that for?
You find out after the fact?
Dude, I would watch him do the story he just told me off stage, and I was just like...
I've turned stories on here that I've told on here, or topics we've talked about into bits, but not the other way around.
Yeah, no.
I'll go back, I'll be listening, like, that might work for a premise, and then work it out after I've said it first on here, but not the other way around.
I can't. Yeah. No. Yeah. How I find things, but yeah, the Costco thing, I was just like, oh no, don't. It's not stage time.
Yeah.
But people
you're handing out weenies and a blanket.
That's where like I feel like with a lot of comics, who they were growing up, like they just want to be the center of attention. Whereas like I'm not that guy. I don't want to be like the fucking guy doing all the showy thing. Like that's why when people meet me, they're like, you don't seem like a comic. I'm like, because I don't want to tap. I'm not a class clown.
Yeah, I wasn't that guy.
I'm the guy we're whispering in the corner, not like the fucking one who's being annoying to the whole class.
I've had this view that like there are two basic types of comics, right? There's like the comic that wants to be everyone's friend, sort of a people pleaser.
Right.
They want that attention, the class clown, right? And then there are guys probably more like you or I that we want to have something to say, and we want to sort of get a concept out there, and making you laugh is how it works. Like I have like almost a combative thing with the audience. Like I want them to laugh even though they don't want to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like them, but I want to control them.
Or even
it's always a little narcissistic control thing that I have.
You're like, I want you to involuntarily laugh.
I want you to laugh at something you're not supposed to because I said so. You know,
it's funny. Like even joking with people now, like I find they either laugh involuntarily or they can catch themselves because I'll say shit to people and they'll be like, "Oh Jesus," and I'm like, "Fuck you, you fucking put." I'm like, we're all. It's not serious. It blows my mind when people get like when you try to joke. Even going back to my friends back home or like people out here that I know that don't do comedy, and you say something that I don't even want to call it edgy, but it's just obviously a little out of the norm, and they give you this like. Horrified look. You're
they
like
clutch their pearls.
You're
it's
like
we're all adults.
And when we're when it's like, bro, it's like guys.
Oh,
too.
That's even worse.
When guys don't get fucking humor, it's just I want to be like, I want to go home. You're like women to me. I feel like a man
lose
hanging
my
out.
Number.
Yeah. My old fucking roommates would be like that. They would be like appalled that I'm like, I thought we're just guys in a living room.
Yeah,
I didn't know we're like censoring ourselves.
There's no combination of words that you could possibly say that would offend me.
Not at all.
You can certainly disrespect. Like I don't take disrespect. Like if you're being disrespectful, that's one thing.
Right.
But you're not going to offend my sensibilities.
No.
Like I'm either going to laugh or find it not funny. But that's it. I'm not going to be like, oh, I can't hear it.
I'll think the take is stupid, but. And if anything, I'm like, I can't believe you said that. Like, But I agree. Like, I mean, at this point, people can say whatever they want. It's just like you can say the most horrific thing. And I'm just like, I don't really. Give a
Do you
shit.
believe in the idea that something's too soon?
I can't think of an example where it. I mean, in my logical like human brain, outside of not being a comic, I can be like, hey, you probably shouldn't have done that now. But if that's the extent of like me pushing back, I'm like, maybe not now.
I would have waited.
I would have waited.
I get what you're doing there. I would have waited an hour. But
that's my brain analyzing it, being like, you did it too soon, and if you waited a little, you would have got a bigger laugh. Like, like it's more of like me running the numbers, and my brain had been like, you just did it a little.
Is it worth the fucking
so it's not.
the grunts and guffaws you're gonna get to say it now? Or can you wait a few days?
Yeah, it's not even the grunts. I'm like, you just didn't hit it at the right time. You know, like it's like hitting a ball off the end of the bat. You're like, just wait.
Yeah.
So you know.
Yeah, because I remember when Kobe passed. You know, me and a buddy of mine out in Texas, he was, you know, I would make those jokes on the internet. I'm like, you know, should I fire it off today? I just moved to LA. And he had a whole bunch of Kobe jokes. I was like, I'll fucking let him rip. But then he dealt with like an avalanche of shit.
I mean,
even though he lives in Texas, and I'm like, all right. After seeing what he went, I'm like, I'll wait a couple weeks before I fire off on the helicopter.
The internet is a too soon for me because the mob. I mean, that's
the mob. The mob.
That's a good example where you're like, again, I'm not like saying don't say it. I'm like, don't say it too soon because I mean, dude, people are fucking the commenters. It's like it's the people that are the lowest of low intelligence where they can't even hear sarcasm. They can't hear the joke. And they're just reading like everything verbatim or like as face value. I mean, even like comedy. I went on this little rant the other day where I was just like, blows my mind that comedy is the most serious taken thing on the internet.
Yeah.
It's the biggest obvious joke. Like we look at the internet, like the news, we're like, fuck that. Doctors are telling you what to do. Fuck that guy. But if somebody watches that comedy sketch, you're like, you motherfucker, I can't handle. Like it blows my mind where people decide to take it serious. And That's why.
We're held to a standard that politicians aren't.
Dude, it's insane. Politicians, doctors.
It says comedy right in my Instagram bio, and you're like, I can't believe you said that. I'm like, you should not believe I said something serious. That would be weird for me.
That would be weird. You say something serious, they're like,
If I give you my political take, like, what the fuck is? That's when you should comment. What the fuck is this?
Blows my
but if I'm talking about my balls or something, like, that's all fun.
You know what infuriates me?
Right down the fairway for me.
Dude, you know what infuriates me too? It's like with those people, or not even those people, the platform where they can come on your page and just be malicious and say fucked up things or whatever. But if I write back, I got flagged for bullying on my own page by defending myself. Isn't that like the irony of like, you have to be the bigger man so much, and it's like, bro, I'll put asterisks and swear words. I'll try to hide it.
So do I. I have to do that now.
I'll try to hide it, and it's still... It worries me because I'm like, I'll literally lose my page defending myself to some fucking prick.
Yeah.
Or like even I'll go on like, my girlfriend's page because obviously guys are... I mean, I generally feel bad for women comics just seeing the comments.
I can't even imagine their DMs. I don't want to think
the
about
DMs are... I can't even imagine that, but like even seeing just like what guys have the balls to write. Their picture is their family photo, and they're like, this slut's not funny. I'm like, dude, what are you... Like, not that's not what somebody said to my girlfriend, but it's like an example where... Yeah. So every now and then I'll get, like last night I was saying I had a couple beers and I'll go on my girlfriend's...
That's always a good time to start getting in the comments.
I'll get on my girlfriend's...
rounds of drinks.
Dude, it's funny. I'll go on my girlfriend's page because I know there's always some prick trying to be an asshole.
Yeah.
And I fucking lay into them. I'll do it. I'll hide the swears. But I mean, I go in where I'm like, worry about you and your fucking ugly family. Like I kind of hit them.
Your kids look like they're missing a chromosome.
Dude. And the irony of it is those guys get so appalled at what I say.
Oh, of course.
They're such pussies when I'm going to be like, so you can go on someone else's page, be a fucking misogynistic dick, say whatever you want. But the second I come at you, they're just like, oh.
Well, dude, sometimes it's like that with audiences too. I mean, like they treat you like you're a TV, like you're not there, like you're a 2D image for them to. And then when you respond back to something that they said, it's like, whoa, I was kidding. It's like, no, I'm here. I can hear you. I mean, just like on the internet, like I saw the comment, asshole. I'm going to comment on your comment. Like, right. It's going to come back to you. You know,
that's one thing. Comedies are making me like my patience level for that is just going down. I'm not saying I'm getting more angry, but like that type of shit, I'm just like, I've had. That's why, like, when you, like, I remember growing up, like, you'd go to a show, not that I went to many, but like I'd meet comics and they're kind of like reserved, like even the more famous ones, they're so like reserved for the most part. And you always wondered why. And the more you do this business and you meet strangers, you're like, oh, I get it now. Like they want as little interaction with you unless there's like a merch transaction or something. I'm like, I want nothing to fucking do with people.
Well, because you don't want to sour yourself on your fan base, but also I think there's some element to it, to show business, that the element of mystery helps the artist.
100%.
Right? Like Dave Chappelle's not on any social media,
of
his own. Other people post his shit, but think about all this fucking time we spent on the goddamn thing. He spends none of his time on that.
Right. There's like an allure. Yeah.
And that mystery, right? Like we don't know what Brad Pitt's up to. You know,
actors have hit that nail on the head.
Yeah, I mean, like Daniel Day-Lewis, he disappears after a movie. I don't know have you seen any TMZ photos of the guy? Like, no. Fucking gone. Dude.
Yeah.
Like, back in the day, that was the way it was. Like, you were actually like above. Like, if you were famous enough, you were above it all. And now they're like, they're showing pictures of fucking Jake Paul's fat ass doing dips at the gym. It's like there's too much. He's too much in
too much behind the scenes.
Yeah, too much in the public eye. Like. You have to leave a little bit something for later, you know?
It's funny because, like, a part of me sometimes thought, like, in stand-up, it's good for them to get to know you on that level, which I do think podcasts and shit help your fans know you more, assuming you're being the same guy or same demeanors and values here that you are on stage.
Yeah.
To the point where I was like, I gotta, like, even the other day, I was like, man,
that's a one-way conversation, right? You and I are talking, our the people who like our work are probably listening. But we're not hearing from them right now. Like, we're having this conversation and we put it out there, and they're probably talking to their dashboard. I agree with him, or he's a fucking wrong with that. But they're not calling us and saying, "Hey, man," not leaving comments live
chirping,
or saying, chirping in the middle of a fucking conversation.
Yeah, I don't know. I dabble, and I was like, man, because like I do the sketch videos and shit. I'm like, there's really not much. You don't really know who I am. Like if you go to my page, you're like, I don't know, this guy just does sketches about fucking coffee and shitting and so, you know, like. And a part of me was like, man, do I like pump more of me in? And then the more I think of it, I'm like, I'd rather not. I'd rather just be like a mystery. Like people come to my shows, they go, I don't know what the fuck I was gonna expect. I'm like, I kind of like that.
Yeah, well, that's the funny thing about like this podcast is definitely more me, but you know, I got, you know, a little bit of fucking internet fame from the fucking Twitter jokes and the memes and shit, but you know. And you know, after the pandemic, when I first started to pop, people would come out like, "Oh man, you're so much, you know, more normal in person." I'm like, "Yeah, because it's the fucking jokes." Like,
what do you think I'm gonna be?
Like, it's like I was like, I thought you'd be doing coke off a hooker's tit when I met you. I'm like,
I would. There's really not here, but.
Yeah, are you buying?
Yeah.
Randy, if you were your meme page, oh my god.
I know, I'd be the worst person on earth.
That would be like your ego would be that of like a WWE wrestler.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it would be so fantastic. I'll be walking in like leather pants.
Ric Flair in person, dude. $1 million man in person.
Steve Austin glass break every time he enters.
Yeah, like he threw a fan through a table.
You know, but I told him, I was like, yeah, man. I was like, dude, those jokes are like the first thing I think. I don't act on them because I'm not a sociopath.
You're also like, that's a percentage of my brain. I
Yeah,
mean,
exactly,
it might be more than.
Yeah, that's my style of humor. That's where my brain goes when I see something. I don't act on that. You know, like if everyone acted on their first impulse, this world would be horrific.
I mean, that would be scary.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be,
you know, like, oh, I thought that, but I didn't do it. Thought crimes aren't crimes.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I always tell people. I was like, yeah, I thought that. And I was like, and I felt bad for it, but I thought it was funny. You know, like felt bad for thinking that as a human, but it was worth writing, not doing.
Yeah, dude, I can't. People like that blow my mind. But I mean, so that goes back to like, I'm not that guy. I you know.
Yeah, I mean, look, I keep my page. You have your sketches and shit, and I keep my just promoting comedy shows and jokes.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, you know, what's your personal life like? It's like my personal life. None of your
like,
fucking,
this is my fucking
none of your
podcast.
fucking birthday.
Or listen to my
listen to my podcast. We'll have you'll hear what I talk about in the
Yeah.
conversation. It's like, but beyond that, it's like, you know, like you don't need to know, you know, where I live. What I'm like. I'm not on my stories like, yo, checking in. Who gives a fuck?
That's,
you know, like look at me
like,
eating pizza. Fuck that. You know, like
I don't like. I mean, sometimes I'm like, I should do it more. And other
if
times,
I had something creative to do, like
yeah,
oh, like you know, Sunday nights I do this thing. You know, like if I had something.
Yeah,
but like I'm not just gonna be like, yo, what's up? Fuck, this Jake.
We're also
Paul,
too old to do that.
This Kai Cenat, all this fucking these goddamn Twitch streamers. Fuck that. I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? I have a private life and I do drugs in it.
Yeah.
As an audience member who's not a creator, I can tell you when I see creators getting like a little too over personal and like crying and shit like that, or even a picture of crying or something like that. It's like
on the internet.
Help me. I don't need to go through your trauma. This ain't what I want.
Dude, exactly.
When people do like crying to me, when it's like an act like that and it involves you mid crying to do this, that thinking about that process makes me want to blast them in the face.
Oh, because it seems so disingenuous.
It's so disingenuous. I mean, I'm trying to think right now, rack my brain of like what else, but it's like those like crying like public rants where it's like bitch moaning, complaining.
Everybody's talking about this, so I got to give my take. No one asked you.
Dude,
nobody cares.
It's fucking...
The Rock. No one gives a fuck what you think about politics. Shut up.
Yeah, you're like, dude, it's bad enough you're in Jumanji. Shut the fuck.
Keep making bad CGI movies and breaking in millions.
The crying, dude. I've screenshot on my phone. I've screenshot some comics that would get like crying and posting it. I'm like, ew. I have the screenshot. I'm like, I'll never ever not keep this on my phone.
Dude, I mean, especially in the last 2-3 years, I've seen a lot of comics get political on their page, and I'll send it to my other comic friends. I'm like, all right, look at this guy, look at this gal going fucking bananas.
It's too much.
It's too much. They're talking about like, oh, you know, there's the problem with the Middle East. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Don't wade into those waters.
Previous posts is crowd work. What do you do for work? What do you do for work? Yeah, they don't even.
How long you two been together?
No, they don't even understand the person's job. Accounting? What is that? And then
IT? I don't get it.
Yeah, the political shit. I mean, again, if you have a knack for that, by all means. But like,
yeah, but that's so small. I mean, like, think about. There's like 3 comedians that do political humor that's worth listening to. That's funny, even if you don't know politics.
I think.
Know what I mean? Like in the
would
world.
You consider Tim Dillon? I think he's like a current event. He dabbles.
He's more pop culture. He's more pop culture.
That's a good point.
I'm thinking like Bill Maher, Jon Stewart, you know, like and Dennis Miller. It's about the 3 guys that have built a career on talking about politics. As
Louis
comedians.
Black, maybe.
Louis Black. Yeah.
Louis Black.
I mean, like 4 or 5. But like, you know, there's more comedians doing musical humor than fucking political humor.
That's a good point.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's how hard of a fucking lane that is to drive.
Because you have
down.
to be so knowledgeable to the point where you can rant on the topic and not contradict yourself, and that's why, like,
but make it funny to people who don't know about politics. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like to have your references and your point be fluid enough that people who don't give a fuck, like, oh, that's funny. Yeah, we all know who George Bush Jr. is. That's a funny joke.
Yeah, you have to like almost write your bits. You have to be knowledgeable like a professor, but write your bits like you're talking to fiths graders.
Exactly.
You have to like just dumb it down. But
exactly.
Yeah, any political shit, I mean, it has to be such a like a dumb. You mean almost like I use like a political term, even though like I fucking know nothing about it. You know, like even with the debate and the Trump talking about eating dogs, or you know, like I made.
Well, those jokes aren't even about
like,
politically. It's about eating dogs.
It's
like,
the
concept of eating dogs is funny. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah. Like,
it's like the
a
ruse.
political guy said it, and you're just using that as a way to get into eating animals.
Yeah. I'm just trying to find a way to talk about eating dogs. Whatever means. Yeah, I've never been like, I'm not caught up enough on current events. I'm not caught up enough on politics to like ever want to like, dude, even during like fuck it, like all the Israel shit, the BLM, like I'm like, dude, I don't know enough. I know where I personally stand based on just what I think is right, but even that, I'm like, I don't want to like know who I'm offending.
Yeah, see, but this is what smart people do.
Right.
I
keep my mouth
you have
shut.
integrity. That's what that is.
Like, I don't know enough. Maybe I won't wade into these
keep
waters.
my mouth shut.
You know, but then it's some fucking asshole who's never been to Israel or Palestine will just pop off and say some shit. It's like with like, have you read a textbook at all? Like,
or they read one article and they go, "That's it.
Yeah.
This is all the information on it."
No, my favorite. I heard. Oh, really?
Yeah.
From where? People are saying, it's like Donald Trump. People are saying, what people?
I love that when the people go, well, you know what they say. I'm like, who the fuck are they? Yeah.
The amorphous they.
The vague they. That can just be a fucking, an echo you thought you heard.
That actually might be a good premise for just a bunch of non sequitur jokes. You know what they say, and just say something crazy.
What they
shit.
say, right?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Eat dogs.
Yeah, and then you could run for office. That's apparently how it works in politics. You just say they say, and then make a statement, and turn it into a thing.
And no, in fact, they go,
no,
that's what they said.
Yeah. What's the funny thing? They're like, Trump's like, and this is not political, but Donald Trump was complaining about getting fact checked more at that debate, and it's like, well, if you're stating something incorrect, they're going to check you on it, like. But no one does on the internet anymore, right? Like that's the problem with like a live time debate. Like there's actual fucking journalists in the room who are like, you know, start hitting the keys and like calling up city managers, like, are they eating dogs in Springfield? No, you know, like
right. But
on the internet, there's no one checking. There's no one checking us, so we can make up whatever we want.
I mean, that's all. I don't even that like anything I look at. I generally. Bro, even down to let's take politics out of it.
Yeah.
Bro, when I watch a video where like a guy runs up and punches someone and then there's a random caption like he's actually doing that because that's guy took his girlfriend. I'm like, bro, I don't even believe videos now.
Yes.
You know, like there's these weird like fucking
people
you see the same video with a different caption like a week later and it's like that guy actually cheated on his girl and I'm like, okay, I don't even know.
How do we know? Yeah.
It's mind blowing.
Yeah, do I have 20 more minutes of the video before this? Dude, there are things that I've reposted like in my stories and people are like, "Oh, that's staged." And I'm like, "Probably, but don't tell me." I want to believe. I like the joke. Like, don't step on the punchline, buddy. Like leave it where it is kind of thing.
It's so fucking cringe what people do, dude. I watched the ones online where people film themselves going up to a homeless person and like slipping food or money under them while they're sleeping. And I'm like, first off, I think it's cringy to do that. Secondly, I think the homeless person's fake. I'm skeptical of everything I see now.
This day and age? Yeah.
I don't watch a single thing now without... I mean, I don't believe a thing. I mean, it's mind-boggling.
And dude, actually, this is kind of part of the problem in the world is that like, because everyone has the same bullhorn, right? Like anyone can start an Instagram account. Like you or I can start one tomorrow. And if in 100 days from now you have 10 million followers and I have one, suddenly you just have a bigger megaphone.
Right.
So, but what you post might not be any more true or false than what I post.
They'll believe mine over yours all day.
Yeah, just because more people have seen it.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things like, what do you believe? You know, and that erodes like a general sense of fact from fiction.
Right.
You know?
Yep.
But that's why I suspend disbelief on all of it. I'm like, it's all bullshit.
And it's good to go into it like that. Like, in a weird way, like, okay, I'm not going to believe this. I'm not going to not believe it. If it entertains me, I'm fine.
That's
with it.
exactly it. Yeah,
That's a better way.
Do I enjoy it? Yeah. If I enjoy it, I'll go with it.
But it's sad. It's all fucking half of it. Then you got people bitch moaning, and I mean, then there's these other people where outside of observing it, like I have friends back home where it's like they almost post like these against the grain things, and I don't even know if they care about it. I think they do it to get notifications.
Yes.
They do it to feel something.
Absolutely.
It's fucking
This is a big Facebook thing, old school Facebook.
yeah.
They love.
It's a meme that's like, if you're fucking on Memorial Day, if you're having a picnic, you're a piece of shit. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Stop being that guy.
Yeah, or
because you just want to read comments and get dialogue because you're so bored.
Yeah, you'll see this coming up in because it's was it September 24th? It's we're what 4 days before they start fucking advertising for Christmas. You're gonna start seeing like right wing people posting like photos of their family in their Christmas pajamas with guns.
Oh yeah.
Just to get people fucking
Just
riled
work
up
them up.
Yeah,
it's kind of funny.
Yeah, it is funny.
You know what? That's funny. I'll give him that
like
one.
Santa's not coming down the chimney in this house.
You're not taking these firearms.
Wait, a fat white liberal's coming down our chimney unannounced? We're gonna kill him.
And then the bottom says Jesus is white. You're like, oh, they're really pissing people off. They don't give up.
That's what I always every Christmas. Jesus is white.
There's always some
Megan
floating
Kelly's
around.
Like, no, Santa's white.
Dude, it's like a screensaver. There's like all these issues bopping around. It's like it's gonna come back at some point, dude. It's so funny.
It's such weird. I remember like 6-7 years ago when Megan Kelly was still on Fox News. There was some internet meme that somehow an actual news company, Fox News, fucking picked up on and reported on. They were saying like, the Parliament of Denmark says that Santa's not white. He may be black. And she's like, don't worry, kids, Santa's white. I'm like, I'm pretty sure kids don't give a fuck.
They don't care
what this fucking imaginary guy is, as long as he leaves a gift under the tree.
Or they're like, you think a kid cares about a news story they might or might not
they're
have
watching
heard,
Fox News
and they're like, well, I gotta stop what's going on. This is big.
Yeah, I gotta protest this black Santa.
Guess what? Even if he fucking was black, like you said, if they're getting a present, like I don't give a fuck what color.
Is he giving me free shit?
Is he transgender? I don't care.
Jesus is black. Oh, sorry. Santa's black. His name's Barack Obama.
Guess
and
what?
he gave you free health care.
Yeah, exactly. He is fucking black. I know. I love when people just get fucked. Yeah, the whole like. And then again, you look at the people that sometimes are like posting the shit, and I'm like, I don't even think you give a fuck about any of this.
No.
It's just like a sad person that needs like
attention.
Yeah.
I mean, look,
which is what comics are.
Yeah,
we're just doing it a different way. We found a craft.
We're honest about our need for attention.
We did a craft.
Yeah, no, we're very honest about our need for attention.
Yes,
we're willing to subject ourselves to being ridiculed in public, which most people on the internet are not. That's the difference between us and just jerk offs trolls on the internet.
Yes,
we go up with a microphone and you can throw shit at us if you don't like us. like we
feel the humility
to die live.
Yes,
in a room full of 3 people.
Yes,
whereas you're like you're shit posting and like hopefully someone will get angry. Like in the comfort of your own home.
Yeah,
you don't have the balls to get out on stage and say it,
or even show your face. Half of them are just like anime profile pictures. You fucking.
Well, that's
bitch.
the thing, man. Like like I said, we're all comics. We're all needy. But like I said, at least we have the fucking stones to go out there and cop to it on stage publicly.
Oh, take the L to the face.
Yeah, whereas people on the internet are just like, let me put this out there, and if I don't like it, I can take it down later. Like, you can't take down a bombing.
No.
There is no undoing the bombing.
You're not gonna
this didn't get enough likes or shares, so I'll delete the
sunshine the whole crowd and just erase that night from their memory. They're like, no, I was there. You're like,
let me delete these comments. Like, no. They're etched on my heart. I want to kill myself.
The best part now, I think, even with like people on the internet, though, it's like when people write on my like a dumb. Honestly, I don't get them too often, but like when somebody is just a fucking wise ass, and I decide to write back, I love now because my followers will attack that person.
Oh, yeah.
It's such a good, and they say the hurtful things that I want to say.
Yeah.
Like, it feels so good when I say something witty, gets a ton of likes, and then there are people who are they're like, I went on his page, he's fucking ugly. Like, they're doing just the Lord's work.
Yeah, and the only time I've ever blocked someone on Instagram.
It's incredible.
The Lord's work. The only time I've ever blocked anyone on Instagram was when they were personally attacking my followers. So I was like, hey guys, like you guys can fuck with me all you want.
Oh, where there's like,
they were like, fuck you. And I'm like, all right, no, we're not having that. Like,
I'll delete.
You guys can trash me and you can defend me, But once you start fucking with each other, I'm like, I can't. Like, I don't want World War III in my comments.
I know every now and then I'm like, man, this comment has like 1 million replies, and now they're just. I'll delete the comment. I'm like,
really?
oh yeah, it's like dropping a nuke. I'll just, all right, we're done here.
The more fun things. All right, over.
And then people come back like, what the fuck? Where'd it go? And I'm like, then I love.
Then you know you did the right thing.
Yeah, dude, I love fucking people that way. But
so I know it's election season. So let's talk about the most important topic going on right now. Diddy. Are you voting for him or not?
Lubegate. It's everything I see online. Fucking lube. I'm like, how big were the bottles? I mean, they're making it seem like
No, I'll show you a photo. Costco-sized bottles.
Really?
Which is crazy because one Costco-sized bottle of fucking lube, you could.
I mean, let's
10
be honest.
people can fuck for a generation.
I mean,
how much lube do you need? Unless you're pouring it over your whole body.
Yeah.
In these parties.
Yeah. I feel. I mean, again, these are like full-on orgies. Lube,
unconsensual orgies, I guess.
I know that's. Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of still like digesting a lot of it because it was one of those things where I remember when his house got raided originally, and then nothing happened. I'm like, oh, maybe it was just some
investigation.
Maybe it was some bullshit. Not realizing they're kind of compiling 1 million things. I mean, the sex trafficking, he's fucked. Yeah. The sex parties and all this shit, but.
That's what I don't get. So we talked about it a little bit last week. I was asking Mike, and there was no details. But the sex trafficking, it's like, okay, he got booked on this and indicted, but was he flying in underage girls? So that's a trafficking? Or just arranging a party where people fuck is not a crime? You know
maybe it was probably, for all we know, it was probably like hiring these girls to like be waitresses. I can't wait for the trial. It's going to be a Netflix special. Oh, I cannot
wait.
I mean, we've seen. It's funny that we're so used to scandals now. I mean, the amount of people that are going to come out of the woodwork with just insane stories.
I can't wait.
It's actually pretty exciting.
It's going to be huge. So what I love about it, and this is what I wanted to bring up, Mike. So we touched on it last week when it first broke, but 1,000 bottles of lube. And the fucking
to the dot, not 1,001, not 999.
And they used the term, was it the freak offs in the press conference?
Yeah.
But then this week it was released 784 dildos found at Diddy's mansion. And what I want to know is what happened to the 216 other ones that don't match the bottles of lube?
Wait, say that one more time. This sounds like a question on a SATs.
1,000 bottles of lube.
Yes.
784 dildos. And the cops posed in front of a giant basket of dildos like it were kilos of cocaine.
Oh my God.
And what I want to know is
they have the AK.
They have the face mask like they had El Chapo there with them.
That's so funny.
But you know, they're 216 dildos short of matching the bottles of lube.
Oh.
I got to imagine he sent out his assistant, I want 1,000 dildos and 1,000 bottles of lube.
To keep it easy.
Go. Where are the 216 other dildos?
Got stuck.
Are we going to find those? Are we going to catch other rappers in this scandal because they have a Diddy dildo?
Are they all the same?
Their palace
were they
somewhere?
all the same color?
Oh no, it was multi.
It was multiple. Okay.
Yeah, it was a real basket of rainbows.
I mean, I can't imagine the amount of people. First off, people probably they were like, "This is a keepsake. I'm keeping a Diddy."
Yeah.
It's a Diddy dildo.
It was your parting gift, like at a wedding.
Diddy Fest 2002 dildo.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my name on it.
It's a different color for each year.
Has my initials on it.
Yeah, you got like 8 dildos from 8 Diddy parties. Like, hey, this was 2007. Here's 2009. Like,
bro, I can't imagine. I haven't seen. Is there a list out of the people that
were attended them? Like an Epstein style list, but a Diddy style list.
There's a video of Kevin Hart hosting one.
Whoa, really?
Some girl gets her hair set on fire.
Man, fuck that.
That was an old video. I saw that video before.
I'd host a Diddy party for the fucking bread. Who gives a shit?
Dude, I watched a video today online about
I'd host an Epstein party if you paid me.
Dude.
I'd do some jokes.
Hey.
Come on, dude.
Hey, look at this guy. Stephen Hawking's here.
Bullshit, man. 15 years ago, Matty, or whatever Epstein was still out. Let's say it's 10 years ago, right? He's like, hey, man, I'll give you 20 grand. Come down to my apartment in New York. Do some time in front of a private party.
I mean, we would obviously.
I mean, it wouldn't even be close. Because I'm not going to stay for the crime. Yeah, pay me my money. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
But I mean, back then, do you think you would have known those parties were sketch? Like, I mean, like right now, no. we knew. Like
I would have thought they were cool until they crossed line. Like, oh shit. like, wait a minute, that girl's passed out and somebody's having sex with her. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. You're like, this isn't right.
I mean, that's fucked up.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's right until you realize it's wrong. Like, if everyone's like fucking around doing drugs, having a party, like, shit happens, LA, right? But then all of a sudden, someone's unconscious.
Or a child walks by.
I'm like, all right, I'm out. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
15-year-old Usher was everywhere.
Yeah. 13-year-old Bieber. I'm like, no, I'm going to leave this party. Yeah, someone's got a finger in Bieber's ass. I'm like, I think I'm going to leave now.
Usher did it to Bieber because Diddy did it to Usher.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And Meek Mill did it to them all, apparently.
Yeah, no, Diddy did it to Meek Mill, according to the audio.
I don't even want to. I saw like, the audio. I'm like, dude, I'm not listening to gay audio. I'm sorry. Like, I'll read the stories.
Yeah, I only watch gay porn. I don't listen. I put on mute. Yeah. On mute.
I'm a Christian. It's not gay.
I believe in Jesus.
It's not gay if you hear it. Just put your plugs in, dude. Yeah, I don't know these fucking things. I mean, but I saw a video today though where he's announcing, he's like, okay, we have another hour until the kids have to go, and then it's the adult party that you guys are gonna have fun with, blah blah blah. You know, like he kind of like announced it, and I was just like, I mean, a part of me, like, if I was at the party and I didn't know. Never
you
been
know
to
what's
one.
coming the first
I'm like,
time.
maybe they just want to drink, and then next thing you know, just dildos
or it breaks
fucking...
out. He breaks out a little Molly or whatever. It's like, all right, but you don't like the thing. You don't know until you know. It's like,
until you walk. You always hear these rumors, like people at these parties. Probably it was his parties where they were like, oh, you're fucking Will Smith's gang. People walked into a room and he's fucking sucking and fucking dudes. And
yeah, but that's not illegal. It's like, oh, I guess Will Smith's gay.
That's not illegal.
But he's sucking off a child. I'm like, all right, I'm calling the cops. Like,
yeah, that's insane. I mean, the fact, it blows my mind how many people were at these though, and like everyone just fucking, I bet everybody's like, I'm leaving. I'm not saying shit, but it's like you all saw something fucked up.
And that's what troubles me. It's like
how did this
never... he had so much power. I'm like, yeah, in the music business, but if I'm just a fucking comedian at one of his parties and I see some kid getting molested, I'm calling the fucking cops.
Yeah, you're like, he's not tapping my phone.
Yeah,
he's what is it, 1,000 people
he's not the
here?
president of the United States and have fucking drone strikes.
He has killed people.
Really? Who's he killed?
Did he?
Yeah.
Well, he was
Biggie
blamed
Smalls.
for the Tupac stuff, and then
also
also
that's all the black guys. That don't count.
They're
a dime a dozen.
those mulattoes.
He blew up Kid Cudi's car allegedly.
He blew up Kid Cudi's car.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's not Hillary Clinton, whose husband is the president.
No way.
She has a bigger body count than fucking Diddy.
But I mean,
a homo diddler.
I don't know. You think somebody at that party would be like, okay, I'm gonna just kind of leak something to people? Yeah. But then again, maybe they did.
50 Cent's been trying to leak it forever.
That's true.
I mean, maybe that's true. Maybe that's why. I mean, even Cat Williams. Now going back to when he was on Shannon Sharp's thing, I don't know enough about what he's talking about, but I mean, he was saying shit. So maybe people were talking, and then like,
it's like Harvey Weinstein. People make jokes about or made reference to it, but no one did anything about it.
But hypothetical, or not hypothetical, but like now knowing that his house got raided for X, Y, and Z, when like that, it took all that time to have them raid the house. I mean, I wonder when they got the first bit of information to start let's start looking over here.
Yeah, and
for all we know, people did it, and it just takes the cops
and
forever.
That's the difference between Jeffrey Epstein and Diddy is that there was the rumors forever, but nothing happened. Epstein got fucking tried and convicted 10 years before he got fucking doubled down on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he had way more. Arguably, he had way more power because he had fucking politicians.
I mean, his was insane.
Did he settled the Cassie stuff immediately? Like a while ago when that happened, he was just like, "Oh yeah, settlement here, done, out of court."
The what stuff?
Cassie. There's all these videos of him
when he
beating the shit out of her and all this.
Oh, in the hallway in the hotel.
And as soon as all those claims came up, he was just, settlement done.
Yeah. You want to hear the fucked
Keep
up?
that as quiet as possible.
Here's a fucked up thing, and this is true. God bless the state of Florida. So Diddy paid off the $20 million mortgage he had remaining on his $50 million mansion on Star Island in Miami, because in Florida they have a law called the Homestead Act, meaning your primary residence, which he designated that, is completely immune from bankruptcy or any sort of settlements or any sort of criminal conviction. So so no matter what happens to Diddy,
that's his house.
He has a $50 million property that he could always just sell and be back on top.
That's insane.
It's like, how the fuck?
How is that real?
That's what I'm saying. Like.
How is that just exempt?
They couldn't take Epstein's mansion in Palm Beach because of this. That's why Donald Trump lives down there, because no matter what crime he commits, he's going to keep Mar-a-Lago.
It's like an insurance policy.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
That's how OJ never paid a dime to the Goldman family for the murder.
Does he own shit in Florida?
He owns his home in Florida, and And so he owned like a $30 million property in Florida, sold that, bought a $5 million property, which is still a massive in Florida, and kept $25 million.
That's fucking. I need to like look more at all this
Yeah, I need
shit.
to buy property in Florida.
Yeah,
Is what this tells me.
At my apartment, they go, "You don't own that." I'm like, "Fuck." But I don't know. Oh shit! Do I get any of the money back? My security deposit? They go, "No." I'm like, "Shit."
No. I'm surprised. I'm surprised, but I'm not. That the fucking Me Too thing happened. I mean, this is pre-pandemic. Me Too happened.
Right.
And they're just now getting around to the music industry. I mean,
that's a good point.
Especially hip hop. I mean, in the lyrics for the last 30 years,
They're incriminating themselves.
They've been talking about how they mistreat bitches.
Smacking. Yeah, we smacked enough assholes. I'm like, your hand went up too high a few times. You caught the back of heads.
Yeah, exactly. That was her jaw. You put that one on.
Yeah, I guess I never thought about the Epstein was more the acting world, and then this is the music shit. That's
yeah, exactly. Or Weinstein.
Or Weinstein.
Yeah, Weinstein. Yeah, they got all those guys.
Say?
Epstein.
That
was the
Epstein.
finance world. They got to the finance world. They got to the movie industry, and now, just now, what about these rock and roll stars from the 70s? And 80s?
I mean, those guys were like,
really killing it,
dating fucking 14-year-old girls. Like,
oh, dude,
and so is Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah, I mean,
oh yeah, Jerry Seinfeld famously.
I mean, people tried coming out and doing all that. I mean, I think D'Elia was the whole comedy world. I don't think another comedy one would. I mean, then again, I could be very wrong, but like,
I mean, well, yeah, I feel like
Not enough money to chase
to the
comedians.
level,
not enough money, not enough fame, and also comedians are kind of like they were so accessible. It'd be hard to get away with something. You know what I'm saying? Like they see you at the fucking club.
I mean, you go to the comedy store where
it's
like literally,
it's not like you disappear in the shadows like Diddy with. Fucking Chris Lee just walks out on stage and walks back. Like,
yeah.
You know,
You're in the public eye the whole time.
You know, like only recently, before it was like Dice Clay and then a drought, and then recently guys are doing arenas.
Right.
And gals are doing arenas. Like,
Right.
It's not like, in music where just fucking anything goes and
they're hidden and shit.
Yeah, they're fainting at the at the show.
Right.
No one's ever fainted at a Louis C.K. special. You know what I'm saying? Like,
not on purpose. All right.
Yeah, definitely at a Bill Cosby special.
Yeah, Bill Cosby, a lot of fainting.
A lot of sleepers in the crowd.
Before and after. He's like, it wasn't time released. Fuck. Yeah, the I'm excited to see. I mean, again, for the people that were fucked up by it, but the Diddy thing. I mean, the stories are gonna get so insane. It's gonna be hard.
I want to see the other dominoes that are gonna fall. Like what other celebrity rappers are gonna go down that you didn't think? Like, oh fuck, that guy.
Interesting.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, Drake. He was like the Drake and Kendrick thing. I mean, they started to fucking hint at him liking young girls and shit and that. But I wonder if that's gonna come back. And now with the Diddy shit,
yeah, and try and link him into that. Who do you think is gonna go down, Mike? What hip hop artist?
What rapper do you not want to go down? You're like, please don't.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like a hip hop guy.
What rapper do I not want to go down?
I'm like, not Logic. Fuck.
Yeah, not Logic.
He's a good guy.
Oh, Eminem, not him.
I hope he goes down. I never thought he was that good.
I liked old Eminem, like back in, like Marshall Mathers. I like that when he wouldn't scream, and then there was the drug era where he did accents. Then there was this era where he was just screaming. I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck he's doing anymore. But
I'm trying to think. Who would I love to see go? I mean, I think Drake's kind of corny, but I don't need it. I don't need him to go down.
I'm not shocked. Yeah, I don't know.
Who would? You'd be crazy if Snoop went down, because Snoop.
He's a fucking like. I just told Mandy the other day. I'm like, his PR people are killing it.
That's
for
what
him
I'm saying.
right now.
He crossed over into. He's so
The
mainstream.
Voice.
He's annoying.
Dude,
you know what I'm saying? Like
he was at the Olympics on every fucking shot.
He's become like Flo from the Progressive commercials. Like, oh, this fucking asshole again.
Old
like,
fucking
he's
man.
so common, it's annoying.
You know what I'm
saying? Like he almost never had a career because he was on trial for murder when his first album came out, and he got acquitted, and now everyone forgot. Now he's doing shows with Martha Stewart.
Oh my god!
And she did more time than he did.
That's hilarious.
For Inside of Train, she did 2 years. He did no time for a murder.
When was that? That was. I mean, this
was '96.
That was his like first album.
Yeah, his first album dropped, and he was an accomplice in a murder, and he got off.
That's insane.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, they're paying the Olympics were paying him $500,000 a day to show up there and promote
The Olympics
and be an
was
ambassador
insane.
for the Olympics.
Dude, he would go with any like kid that was running. I remember Super was next to the family.
Yeah,
just like a grandma.
I wonder how much he's pulling in on just endorsements. He must be making more than
endorsements. Fucking. I mean, I saw
he's in every commercial. I mean, like literally every commercial.
I saw an interview right now. I don't know how factual it was, but he said to be on a song, it's 250,000 for 16 bars,
feature, yeah.
and then when the music video happens, another 250,000, which I'm
Easily.
like, that's insane.
Easily.
But I mean, I would have guessed even maybe more. I mean, I don't know what the fucking
Well, I
rates
can't think
are.
of the last album he had put out on his own. When was his own personal album drop? That's the other thing too. Like nowadays, because fucking
But he doesn't need to. He's like, why do
That's
all
what
the
I'm saying. Why
work?
bother? I do one commercial, I make the same money as an album.
Or he's like, dude, he does. You think he's fucking even
It's
writing?
way more on the commercials than doing like a feature
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh yeah. I don't even think he's writing half a shit.
That's what. No, not.
Somebody writes it for him. He just
course.
shows
Yeah, he
up.
just shows up
He
and-
pays that guy 20 grand, and then he pockets the fucking
Exactly.
rest. I mean,
that's the thing. Like that's the other thing too. Like now that we don't, now that we don't have albums, it's just things that release to streaming.
right. I don't think.
I don't know like any release dates. Like I can't wait for the new so and so album to drop. I'm like I don't give a.
Dude,
I don't know. I'm out.
Anything that was on, even like music videos. I'm like, who the fuck? Why do you even do those anymore? What's the benefit of it going viral on Vivo or whatever the fuck that is?
Well, it's they want that YouTube money.
I
YouTube
guess.
streams,
Yeah, I mean, I think it's more fucking beneficial for them to get a song go viral on like TikTok.
No,
now.
that really is where it's at. I mean,
I
that's
heard
that's
from like
how
a-
they get shit.
I don't know who it was, but I heard like they were like, like record labels are telling artists like write something that'll go viral on TikTok. They're like, what does that even mean?
Yeah, how do I make that happen?
How does that? That's not even a thing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
but that's the thing. Even those don't get payouts. It's really just that song becomes popular, and then they could charge $500 a show, live events.
When you get the touring money, and
Yeah,
shit like
that's
that.
where it's really-
That's like Chance the Rapper. He was
still unsigned. Like, still just independent.
he was giving his music away for free, and then he was touring and making the money. I
Yeah.
think that was the whole like
Exactly.
strategy with him and all that shit.
Yeah,
But
it's like us with fucking jokes on the internet.
we're doing actually free on both ends. We get paid at no point. That's the best part. Or we get bonuses on Instagram for $20.
Exactly.
And you're like,
Exactly. I'm paying my rent with
Yeah.
my 414 in Instagram dollars coming in every
I
week.
can pay my fucking Chili's bill with 4 million views, apparently. Just a currency exchange.
And the funny thing is, like, we'll pay you for this. I'm like, okay, and they just don't tell you how they calculate it.
Oh, it's all
They
bullshit.
just pick a number and say, "This is what we owe you." Like,
Oh,
how the fuck would I know?
The first month, you're like, this is great. And by the month 3, you're like, I made $7.
Yeah,
I have nothing.
Who's
made.
auditing this?
Yeah.
Can you get PwC in here and
Bro,
fucking figure out if I'm getting
the
a
way
fair shake?
they can, speaking of like hiding behind the ruse, I mean, the way social media can just fucking do whatever they want and have no rhyme or reason.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking like it. Actually, I have to stop myself because it will drive me insane.
Oh yeah, dude. I
mean, you dealt with the fucking shadow ban
I
bullshit.
finally got off this year, and I'm getting paid again, and
That's
It
great.
was nice. But then I was telling a buddy last week on the podcast, I had a fucking a meme got 29 million views.
Wow.
And then just stopped.
Oh, dude.
I was getting like 500 a day. I'm like, what? And I look up. Oh, all of a sudden I had like, there was like, I guess too many bots making comments, so I got penalized. I'm like, wait a minute, Instagram.
Your system fucked up.
Yeah, you let bots on, so I get this post taken down, but you don't want to delete the bots because every quarter on Wall Street, you
show users.
You show user growth.
That's a
You
funny point.
Fucking cocksucker.
It's so funny, speaking of bots and shit. Like, if you go click your followers, they're like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
3,000 accounts for a review. You're like, what's the...
Delete them.
Bro, you can flag my video within 0.5 seconds if I use an eggplant emoji, but now you're reviewing bots? Bitch, do you know or not? Fucking figure it out.
Also, if you think they're a bot, delete the account.
Yeah, no
Instagram,
shit.
you can delete any account.
I love Instagram, the loopholes where like, don't say asshole, but then you go look up women breastfeeding and the whole titty's out. And you're like... And I'm like, I'm sorry. How does this get slip by? You're like, because it's a mom. Dude, this is how fucked up Instagram is. Where if you go on Instagram right now and look up breastfeeding, you will see a woman's tit with a baby. Women are so good at leveraging their bodies into getting followers and likes. There's women with their titties hanging out holding a fake baby.
What if I put my dick out and hold a fake? Oh wait.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that won't. That doesn't-
What if the loophole on Instagram is just always holding a fake baby? You can say you say anything you want or show
Holding
your
a fake
dick.
baby?
And my dick's out. I'm like, eat your dogs. And it's like, well, I mean, he's holding a baby. He's probably
a
fucking
fake baby.
dude. I swear to God, women have their titties out, fucking, and I'm like, but again, it's like. You can control it. You can control the like what's being posted, but you can't. But you get. I'm like, dude, fuck you guys.
Yeah, dude. I started actually Googling now, because all the search engines have AI attached to them, and sometimes the AI will answer like, can I use the term, today I did it, can I use the term freak? Or will it get flagged on Instagram? And AI trying to give me the answer. Freak will be flagged.
No way.
I go, what? Yeah, it's like, oh, because it might be considered bullying. I'm like, what? A freak accident? Who am I bullying? The accident?
The freak party's like Diddy.
Well,
now it's a fuck.
No, that's why I asked. Like, oh, freak party might be an issue. You know, you got to be on that.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I don't even know anymore. Like, people will actually, to the point, if I post a stand-up clip, I'll bleep more than I think I should. And people are like, what the fuck? We can't say butthole. I'm like, I don't even want to risk it.
Yeah.
Because if you post a
if
video,
I lose my account, it's 5 years worth of work down the tubes.
Dude, years ago, I think we talked about this when we were discussing shadow banning. In like 2022, it was November. I remember the day like it was yesterday. Bro, I got my eye dilated at the eye doctor, took a picture so I look like a freak, and I had a show in Spokane coming up, and I go, the link, you can modify the ticket link to say whatever you want. I wrote meth sale with a picture of me, and that content got removed for 1 year to the day. They had my account like flagged, where I was gaining 500 followers a day. The day I posted that and I got flagged, dropped, and I lost followers for a year straight.
Yeah.
Then the day it went away, it went right back up, and I'm like, dude, fuck you guys. So it's like the power of this. You're like, of course I'm gonna fucking mute butthole. I don't want to like. I'm like,
you just end all the work you did,
dude. I have like PTSD. I feel like a fucking prisoner. I got out. I'm like shaking. I'm like, I can't do anything wrong. I'm like, and it sucks, but.
I mean, we can't fight that system. Too big. How's your Instagram following going, Mike? Are you showing your titties?
Yeah,
I try, but
you should start.
it works better with my dog.
You should start breastfeeding babies.
Breastfeeding your dog, is that? I wonder if that'll get flagged.
Yeah, I mean, all that shit just drives me fucking through the roof. But I mean, again, it's like our fucking livelihood, which it scares me.
Yeah, I mean, it's how you promote your show. How else? Short of being Dave Chappelle, you need to have it.
Which, in a weird way, now, like my strategy, I'm like, okay, it's not even the only way to promote shows. Like I tell people, I'm like, get as many of those people off your Instagram,
on
like
your website or on an
email list. Yeah. Do anything you can to get them away, so the day they say fuck you and block it, you can still have a career to some degree. And I mean, so then when I started looking at it like that, I'm almost like desensitizing myself to like Instagram, where I'm like, these are the people I promote tickets to because I actually want to go to a show. And then over here on Instagram, it's just like profit. Like if they happen to see it, then so be it.
Kicker.
Yeah, it's like, because you can't rely on fucking them even showing a post anymore.
Oh no, yeah.
Bro, I have fucking 1 million followers. I don't like, but I'm like, you could
tons of followers, 200,000 followers,
200,000 followers, and I post like I'm posting my tour schedule tomorrow. It's gonna get like 20 likes.
Oh yeah, nobody cares unless it's what they come to your site for.
But it's not even that they don't care. It's the first batch of people. If it doesn't do the numbers they think, they're like, I'm not showing it to fucking anybody.
Yeah,
and you're like, okay, well, so now you got to be all creative, like tricked. It's so fucking dumb.
Trick them into seeing your
you have to like schedule. You have to like subliminal message the fuck out of people. Like I put
my
my tour dates in the bio. I put them in the, but you like
you have to like start one of your sketches and then in the middle of it just show your fucking bio.
It's crazy. It's fucking drives me. Yeah, dude.
All right, let's get into a little news here. We're coming to the ends here.
Yeah.
Toward the end here. This is interesting because I want to know if Mandy's into this. Psychologist warns it's a major red flag to relax by enjoying true crime.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, so it says a mental health expert has warned that those who watch episodes of true crime shows to unwind might be seriously disturbed. Psychologist Dr. Thelma Bryant explained that treating true crime shows as a way to relax before bed could mean that the trauma portrayed in the series is quote-unquote familiar to you and could even be a sign that you need counseling.
My critique on that is, yeah, I think if somebody's actually unwinding watching murder, that's weird. Whereas I watch it because it's interesting and I get a kick out of it and it's more stimulating. But I mean, I don't think I'm fucking like nodding off to someone getting murdered.
That's funny because I'm usually beating off.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't say that. They go, if you don't.
I usually have a belt around my neck and my dick in my hands.
And you're like, I'm not really winding down.
Yeah, I'm winding up. I've watched Dahmer way too many times.
Yeah, I'm fucking coming early, baby.
Well, I wonder why women love it. I think there's a psychological thing, and this may be borne out in like studies. I feel like women are into it because guys who are killers, they want to be close to, so they don't kill them. Right? Dahmer doesn't
keep your enemies close.
Exactly. Like, hey, I want to be close to the autocrat or the crazy guy or the killer, because if I'm his girl, he's killing everyone else but me.
I think also too, it's like a sense of maybe like they are. This is even deeper, but I'm like, maybe they're fucking fantasizing of like having that power and being able to like, because they live in a world where the other half of the population is bigger and stronger than them, so you have to feel some sense of like uneasiness at all times. So watching that and be like, you're like POV, you're the guy.
Yeah, you're attracted to being the killer.
You're being
I have the power.
You're the aggressor.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, maybe
that could be a piece of that.
That's
I agree
probably
with that.
Randy's cranking it. Girls are like plotting. Like,
yeah, maybe I got a problem.
You're like, I'm blotting cum. I ain't plotting. It's different. It's in the rug now. I gotta get it out of the.
I came on the crime scene.
Yeah.
Study shows that men with beards are considered less trustworthy than men without. Researchers revealed that clean-shaven men are considered up to 3 times more trustworthy than those with beards. Research on the perception of beards has yielded mixed results regarding trustworthiness. This may be that beards influence trustworthiness, that not having a beard influences trustworthiness and can depend on factors like culture, context, and even type of beard.
Yeah,
we're 2 bearded guys. I feel like I'm fairly trustworthy.
But our beards are transparent. Yeah. I think they mean the beards that are
full
hiding.
Fucking ZZ Top.
Dude, I saw a video. This fucking guy, he looks like a goddamn Viking, and then he shaves his beard, and he looked like a fucking IT guy. And I'm like, that's what you're hiding. You're hiding jaw lines.
Yeah,
it's like it's an allure. Yeah. I get.
You ever see James Harden? You ever see photos of James Harden?
Disgusting. Disgusting.
He has no chin.
Yeah,
he literally manufactures his chin with that disgusting.
That's
beard.
a lying piece of shit.
Yeah, which, by the way, I bet that beard smells like a wet mop. Can you imagine how fucking gross that beard would be?
Dude, you ever see people...
There's no way you can get in there and clean that.
No, there's probably fucking food and...
Yeah, there's probably maggots living in there and shit.
Yeah, it smells like shit. And then they put more oil on it. You're like...
Yeah, turning into dreadlocks or some shit.
Hit it with Spam before you go to bed. It's like women who fucking wear it's like the beard is like the big sunglasses back in the day. You're hiding something.
Yeah. A man's beard is like a woman's makeup and high heels.
Exactly.
They're just completely changing the contour.
And both get stuck in the beard.
I know I'm hiding a chin.
Yeah,
you're hiding a chin.
Fucking liar.
James Harden is adding a chin.
Yeah, he's changing the shape of his head. That's insane.
Exactly, dude. He looks completely different.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
Here's a wild one that I don't think I've gotten. I've talked about some interesting stats with women lately, but this is one got me. 1 in 4 young adults in the U.S. will be single for life, according to a study. According to the Pew Research Center, 1 in 4 young adults in the United States will never be married by the time they turn 50. It's due to a number of factors, including changing values, other priorities, nativity, which is foreign-born adults less likely to be unpartnered than native, and demographics. 1 in 4. Do you think that sounds right?
First off, let's step back. They act like there's never been a young person who was single their whole life.
Yeah.
So first off, let's stop acting like I'm going to assume it was an older person that wrote that. You're like, first off, let's stop making it seem like our lifestyle is yielding that, like you hadn't had that always.
Yeah. And also, why is it negative?
Yeah,
shouldn't it be 3/4 of people should be? I don't see a lot of happy marriages running around.
Yeah, no shit.
Like, it seems like there should be more fucking single.
It should be like a secret. Yeah. This should be like a. You should be.
Yeah, you don't have to get married.
Yeah, but because I'm like, what was the statistic? Is that good in comparison to what it was?
Yeah, relative to what?
I mean, I have friends out here. I know they're single in their 40s. And I'm like, they're fucking fine.
Yeah.
Why? It's that, dude. Again, it's like this fucking overarching pressure to get married, have kids, all this bullshit. You're like,
also, what does single mean? Like unmarried? Because like if you have a girlfriend, you're technically single,
right? On a resume.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta have a lifetime partner and just not marry them.
Yeah.
Does that make you single?
Yeah, I don't know.
Right? I mean, like what the fuck, Pew? Like, be more specific.
I mean, trust me, I see my single friends and they're out there fucking, and you're like, if that's bad, I mean. What the fuck?
Right. Wait a minute. They don't have to answer.
My friends my friends back home, like some of them have like upwards of 3 kids, and you see them and they are like, their bodies are just crashing.
Oh yeah.
Oh dude, like my friend, great guy, my best friend. He's a corrections officer, works literally night shifts, comes home to 2 baby twins and another 4-year-old. Dude, his like testosterone dropped. He's on like I'm like, so someone tell me what I'm supposed to be doing, because that's fucking for sure not going to be it.
Yeah, I asked a buddy of mine recently. He's got 2 kids, 5 and 3, and he's exhausted as shit. I'm like, you happy though? I was like, oh, I love it. I'm like, I mean, you look like fucking hell. He's like, yeah, you know.
You're like, you're gonna die young.
There's trade-offs. I love my family. He's like, they wear me the fuck out. He's like, you know, I look forward to taking a shit. It's the only time I get alone. He's like, but I love him. I'm like, all right, well, that's fucking wild, but I don't have that gene that he's got. You know, whatever I don't have that.
I will have that when I'm fucking so rich where
you can pay someone else to raise.
There's somebody else raising my child.
And raise my children, fuck my wife. I'm gonna be out here with these whores at the diddy
party. I'm gonna have these single guys, these fucking single
freak off,
the single losers with all the dildos.
It's 784 dildos.
I gotta crash my dildos.
All the lube.
All the lube.
Dildos pop out of my car. They go, there was the other 200.
Yeah, it's like you've seen that. You've had those friends that like you get in their car, just bottles, like empty water bottles, just dildos all over the floorboards.
Like, fuck, suck behind the brake.
the balls are stopping you from breaking the car.
It's too squishy, so you're kind of braking. You got to put air tags on these dildos. I wish
that would be great if you had air tags on all the dildos.
I wish he just like at one part he goes, we're missing too many dildos.
Guys, where are all the dildos?
They were the good ones too.
They were the good ones. My fine China dildos.
Dude, I wish they fucking swabbed some of those dildos for fucking just like disease or anything. Imagine that.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm surprised no one came up with the clap at a Diddy party.
I mean, when you got lube,
why do you assume no one did?
Well, or AIDS or something. I mean, that's a lot of fucking. I mean, you know. And listen, we know it runs higher in the African, HIV. So I'm surprised nobody came back. Hey, what the fuck, Diddy? You gave me the clap.
I mean, maybe some of those dildos are the reason why they took them. They're like,
evidence. I think 216 of them were stuffed up Diddy's ass. And
bro, lube is such an aggressive thing. I mean, I don't think me and my girlfriend never used lube.
Yeah, how dry are these people's pussies that are getting?
Well,
a lot of assholes, a lot of male assholes.
Yeah,
a lot of male assholes.
I mean, there's a theory: more than a 500 bottles lube, it's gay. It's a gay party. Let's be honest. I think the girls,
some gay stuff going on.
Yeah, I don't think it's the girls that are the issues, but I mean, yeah, I don't think I've ever bought lube.
No, I took some from like my gym teacher when they were giving out for free in high school. I think it was the last time I had lube.
Why were they giving it out free in high school?
Because it was the fucking late 90s when you can get free condoms and lube from your guidance counselor or gym teacher. Like it was like
it's like medical grade. It's just like it's not even.
Dude,
it's not even like pretty looking.
Dude, they had dental dams. Remember that?
That's like a dam for you just come in it. You put in the girl. Put
dental
in the
dams are just like a piece of rubber you put over a girl's vagina to eat her pussy.
Oh no!
They were so worried about STDs back in the 90s. The HIV scare that like, hey, you don't eat a pussy without a dental dam, you might get the HIV.
It's like, what are you talking about,
wrap? Dude? Yeah, what woman wants to eat her pussy with a fucking piece of rubber over it?
You put your foot on that thing and this shit wraps over it. Girls go like this and it fucking. It's not a bad idea. The fucking if you did like a flavored Saran wrap,
they had some flavored ones.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
But then again, condoms or a wrap. I can't imagine. Imagine getting a blowjob with a condom. Ugh, that's fucking disgusting.
It's not a blowjob at all.
It's just
it's not a blowjob
it's not
at all.
Warm. He's still fucking. The heat can't even get through those fucking things.
I think the last time I used a condom was the first time I used one.
Me and my girlfriend, the day we hooked up, I was like, I'm clean. We're not doing this.
Yeah, you cool?
I'm not. Cool. I'm cool. Yeah,
you cool?
That's how you are. You cool? Yeah. That's the universal. Do you not have shit?
Yeah, exactly. You cool? Yeah, I'm cool. Yeah. All right, I'm cool too.
Nah, dude.
But, trust it, dude. Always fun having you, man. Where can people find you?
Online at Matty Chymbor. All the socials and shit like that.
Yeah, very funny guy. Love his skits.
Come to a show.
Yeah, fucking definitely.
When is it coming out?
This will come out next Wednesday.
Nice. So.
What do you got coming up? Tell the people.
You get some East Coast. I'll be on Block Island October 13th.
Fuck yeah. What are you doing on Block Island, dude?
This kid Ben Smith, he runs a cool show there.
I know Ben from here.
Yeah.
Fucking great guy. He's doing shows on Block Island.
He's from
sick.
Block Island.
No shit.
He grew up there.
I mean, I started with him back in Boston. I didn't know he lives from Block Island, though. Yeah, great guy.
So I'm doing his show. So
sick,
if you want to go to Block Island on Columbus Day weekend, speaking of controversial holidays, that
Indigenous Peoples Day weekend.
Let's see what people post on Facebook. Let's get real worked up. Jesus is white.
Yeah, to get those comments going.
How early can you go, Jesus is white?
They're like, what? It's Halloween. Nah, I'm just getting ready. Yeah, and then I post other shows on my.
So check them out online at Matty Chymbor.
Yes, sir.
Follow me at Randy Valero. Follow the podcast at Ready Set Blow. That's it for this week, kids. We love you. Peace.